All right, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Young Link Jr. in here in the building, baby. Just had a good, nice 2 mile run and doing sit-ups, push-ups, 3 sets of that, and 10 pull-ups. It's freaking amazing. So we get in here too. We have Joe Exotic, who was a very successful zookeeper. Okay, very successful zookeeper. He owned parks in Tampa Bay, Florida, and Oklahoma. And you know what's really interesting here is a 7 episode, a very great documentary. It was interesting because he started off when this young man, he had a fascination of animals, especially large cats like tigers, bears, cubs, everything, man. He used to go to the zoo a lot with his parents, and it's just something that he enjoyed. And he been doing this since like say like the 80s or so, man. And he went on shows and on tour. He made the necessary connections. Excuse me, to go ahead and create his own theme park. And it has many characters in there, man. You have one individual, Miss Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin was a young lady that came onto the scene. She was supposed to be like a supporter of some sorts, but she inherited her husband's money, her ex-husband's money, due to his disappearance. Allegedly, they said she killed him. We don't know. That's just out in the air. His body is disappearing, but she created a great relationship with Joe. And Joe loved his animals. He was taking care of them. He was paying employees like $100 a week in that particular time, and they was working 10 to 12 hours. And what was really crazy is that he started developing more business partners like Jeff. And Jeff was the individual here that wanted to invest in his business, and he was like a sort of like a contractor in a way. But what really got kind of crazy is that the greed started to come when Jeff, he sort of started hiring other people into his business. So he looking like, okay, why is these other people in my establishment? I only hire you specifically so we can work on the different business deals. You can help me expand my park. You can give me different ideas, because this dude was at least making 60,000. I mean, he was making a lot of money during the circus. I mean, people all over was coming in here looking at these big tigers. And I love animals, but taking these tigers out of the rainforest, man, it's something. But what I really like how this documentary is, every character has a story. This young lady, she was very, very persistent, man. But thing is, she had her arm, bit off by not well, piece of her hand. I'm sorry, piece of her hand, just bit off from this tiger. And they said the doctor was like, hey, either you're gonna have 2 years of surgery, or you want to simply just, hey, we're gonna amputate it. And she decided to get it amputated. And 5 days later, she returned back to work. And that showed a lot of dedication, man. That was like the first 2 parts, I'll say 2 or 3 seasons, episodes of the series. What's getting crazy, and which made me think, is that Joe started to make a lot of bad decisions in a way, man. When it was an arsony involved, when people like Carol Baskin, she wanted his estate. She wanted to make something out of nothing, basically doing utilizing his resources. And she was taking all the credit. And this particular time, YouTube was becoming a lot popular back in mid 2000s. And she used to be very consistent making YouTube videos with the money that she made that was inherited from her millionaire ex-husband. And he was just like, we doing the same thing. We have the same mission here. What are you doing? Like, you supposed to take care of these tigers while I'm going out here and doing my business. And we supposed to be a mutual partnership, not rivals. So this way he's just become radical, man. It kind of affected his relationship with his husband. He actually got married. He was in a polygamous relationship, and that really threw me off a little bit. I'm like, dang, he got married 2 husbands, But it was just kind of sad too, man. He was later getting sued, and it kind of kicked him in the butt, man. He was really murdered for trying to murder someone, trying to murder her, and hire someone to murder her, paying $3,000 to Mr. Allen. He was a dude that was working with Jeff, and that's why they believe Jeff should be acquitted as well too, because he has something to do with the quote unquote alleged crime that was trying to be pursued. But when Travis is one of the husbands of Joe, and he was a young man from Southern California, and he killed himself. He shot himself in the head, and I think he was just playing with the gun. He was just he used to smoke a lot. He really didn't have nothing going for himself, and he just found this park online or whatever, and he met up with him, and Joe took him as his own. He mentored him. He told him to show him the ways how to take care of these tigers, how to bathe them, how to feed them, what to do, and how to establish that connection with the people and the public. And I will say that, those who are in the customer service relationships, and man, you will actually get some good skills from this. I mean, like, he was really just on it, man. He was on the medical team. I mean, Joe, he was on that stuff, man. But even though he may have little radical decisions, that he had the wrong people in his corner. The relationship, if you guys watch it with Jeff, is that he embezzled. He was running for governor. Joe was trying to run for governor of Oklahoma, and in two, he was running for the 2016 presidential election. I did not hear anything about that when Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump was running, but he was trying to run for the president, and he actually got a lot of media attention, and he utilized that media attention as a business format to attract more people into his parks, and he was just making money because he had to pay his employees, he had to take care of the tigers, he got to make sure they're good, but his political campaign, it really destroyed his passion a little bit. He was very distracted because he was solely focused on becoming a politician. That was something really wasn't in this arena. Got to make something to prove to himself that he can be on top of the world because he's the Tiger King. But in reality, it was a weakness for him. People he started to embezzle a lot of money, man. I mean, he lost like $80,000. He actually spent $60,000 of Jeff, him and his partnership without his he was making business transactions and deals without his permission, and that's when Jeff got really upset. And I believe that Jeff took upon himself like, okay, I'm gonna get you back. Since you want to go ahead and try to kill Carolyn, all right, I'll set you up. And I believe he enticed him. He kind of admitted that, and he followed through it. He caught the bait and left, and then he actually utilized that too as a court sentence for him because he murdered some tigers as well. He put them down, and in that big time it was the Big Cat Act, I believe. These exotic animals you're not really supposed to have anyway without permission, and he was mistreating them. He had Doc Insel. Doc Insel was the individual too. I'm getting to him too right now. He actually formed a cult during this whole time. There was another partnership with this guy, and he used to get like beautiful women all over the world, whatever. He used to market it the hell out of it, and women used to come like, oh yeah, I love tigers. He used to smuggle in tigers from the hotel rooms. He's like, hey, yeah, what you do for a living? People curious, like, you got a nice cub in here, and it was like, oh, he's so sweet. And he used to get their numbers and everything and have sex with them because he felt like, if you want to be a part of this business, you want to be a part of me, and that's how you're going to be successful in this company. And he changed their identity, he changed their name. They was living there. A lot of them, they really had no place to go. It was a young lady from Iowa. They interviewed her in the documentary, and she was there for 8 years. Working with this with Big Cat's Rescue, and she had to get out of it. Because it was ruining her psyche a little bit, man. And she noticed that she did a lot of changes in doing things that she wouldn't do, just being promiscuous, having sex with the same person. He was a player. But getting back into Joe, he was later charged for murder for hire and the murder of a few tigers, man, mishandling, embezzlement of the money. They sued him, arsony, all kinds of stuff, man, so he can rebuild his platform. There was a lot of things going on, man, but man, he was sentenced for 22 years in prison. And I will say that, despite, he's gay or anything, though, but he really wanted that affection. He really wanted love. He wanted to be just well known, man. And it spoke a lot, man. It was a really great documentary. I recommend anyone to, if you have time, it's about 7 episodes, to really sit down. Each of them is about 40 minutes. But it really made you think, man. It's like some type of Law and Order type stuff, man. But you will really, really enjoy it. I don't know if they're gonna free Joe, but now he doesn't really own 100% of his zoo. Carol Baskin is the CEO. But I was thinking about visiting there. All this COVID stuff is all over, and see how it is. But yeah, I just gotta go ahead and get a review. Rating this documentary, I said an 8.9 out of 10. Has some good morals in there. And people lost their lives. Some people that was smuggling. He had one individual, Doc. He was smuggling drugs inside of snakes. It was just crazy. One of them had a meth problem. Oh my God, man! But he did believe in the Second Amendment. He was shooting. He was taking care of his business, acquiring skills. I mean, he did really try to do his best to help the people, man, and have the people go in and understand these animals and take care of them. And one of the deepest quotes I will say about this documentary is that, tigers die because they lost their soul. If you don't take care of them, you have to take care of them, regardless. And even though they're like the most dangerous and vicious animals in the world, but overall, it was a decent documentary, and we'll see what the future is gonna have for Joe, man, and other people that's been involved in this. But it goes to show you that greed and corruption can really damage you. It can, and you gotta have a good partnership. You have to, you got a wise counselor. You gotta have instruction, according to the state of Proverbs. But that's all I really want to say. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe. That's my review of the Tiger King. As I watched and seen this was very well directed. Learned a lot about it from each individual, the relationship with the feds, all this type of stuff, man, and these investigations, man. But karma, it has its way. That's all I want to say. If for interviews, please email me at writing9312@gmail.com. Message me on Facebook when you get a chance, man. Stay productive. It's your boy Young Lee Jr. You guys tell me what you guys think about this documentary, man. I'm out. Deuces.